it's a good time, I think, to explore a little bit of botany. It's good to know. Feel like, why not talk a little bit about trees of North America? I feel like that's something quite important. I feel like I have a lot of things. I definitely would like to. In interior Alaska. It's easy to look around and identify the trees because there's only a couple species that actually reside up here. So, or they grow, up here. But I don't know. Let's take a look at poplars or cottonwoods and aspens. I feel like that's pretty relevant to a certain subsection of Alaskans. Poplars and aspens. Populus. About 15 species of poplars or cottonwoods and aspens are native to North America. Both have broad, usually coarsely toothed, alternate leaves with long stems. Staminate and pistillate flowers are in aments or catkins on separate trees. The seeds are borne within small green flask-shaped capsules clustered along short, slender stems that hang from the branches in narrow, elongated clusters. Interesting. I wonder if all of this little guidebook feature alliteration to such a degree. Let's continue. When ripe fruits split open and release the many tiny dark brown seeds. Each seed is attached to a tuft of cottony hairs and is blown by the wind. Twigs have long pointed buds covered by several overlapping scales. The buds extend at an angle from branches. Buds of some species are resinous and fragrant in early spring. Poplars prefer moist soils and are often found along streams. Because they grow rapidly, they are planted for quick shade or for wind protection. The soft wood of some species is used for veneers, boxes, matches, excelsior, and paper. What the hell is excelsior? That sounds awesome, whatever it is. The name poplar is also used for yellow poplar of the magnolia family. Eastern cottonwood, Populus deltoides. Leaves are roughly triangular, 3 to 6 inches long and 4 to 5 inches wide, with coarsely rounded marginal teeth. They are smooth and lustrous green above and paler below, with a flattened stem, 1.5 to 3 inches long. The seed-bearing capsules are 3 to 4 valved, 0.3 of an inch long. Bark of mature trunks is dark gray and furrowed or ridged. On the upper branches and on young trees, smooth and greenish yellow. Eastern cottonwood commonly attains a height of 75 to 100 feet and 3 to 4 feet in diameter. Interestingly enough, this is not so east that it would actually be in the coastal or even just the states bordering the East Coast, other than in the south. I'm noticing on this little map here, but who knows? Plains cottonwood, Populus sargentii, has ovate leaves, 3 to 3.5 inches long and 3.5 to 4 inches wide, with coarsely rounded marginal teeth and flattened stems. Bark pale, ridged. Plains cottonwood grows to 80 feet tall and 3 feet in diameter. This species is the principal cottonwood along streams of the Prairie County in west central United States and Canada. And now we're on to the narrow-leaf cottonwood. Populus angustifolia. Leaves are 2 to 3 inches long and 0.5 to 1 inch wide, bright yellow-green above and paler below, with toothed margins and nearly round stems. Capsules 2-valved. On young trees, bark yellowish-green, becoming thick dark brown and furrowed on older trunks. Narrow-leaf cottonwood grows 50 to 60 feet tall and 1 to 1.5 feet in diameter. By Jove. Now we're on to the black cottonwood. Looks like this one might even extend all the way up the Pacific Northwest coast to an island called Kodiak, if I'm not mistaken in reading this chart here. The black cottonwood, Populus trichocarpa. Leaves are 5 to 6 inches long, 2 to 4 inches wide, tapering from a broad, rounded base. The marginal teeth are small and rounded. Stems also round. They are dark green above, veiny and pale green, silvery white, or rusty brown below. The 3-valved capsules are hairy. Resinous buds are fragrant in early spring. Bark on old trees is dark to black and deeply furrowed, smooth and greenish-gray on branches or on young trees. Black cottonwood grows 80 to 125 feet tall and 2 to 4 feet in diameter. Its wood is used for paper pulp and also for veneer. Looking at I'm just going to take a little glance at the publishing date of this book, 1968. Interesting. We have Excelsior and veneer. Very good words. I'm really liking them a lot. I'm going to try to incorporate those words into my daily vocabulary, if I may. Here we have the balsam poplar, Populus balsamifera. Oh, this is like interior Alaska, pretty much most of the North America. It resembles black cottonwood, but it's smaller, 60 to 80 feet tall, and 1 to 2 feet in diameter. Capsules are 2-valved and not hairy. Like those of black cottonwood, its buds are sticky, fragrant, and resinous in spring. Whew, all the stickiness and resinous fragrance, my goodness. Whoever thought? So much exciting information about poplar. Excuse me, my nose is kind of stuffy. Oh, here we have the swamp cottonwood. It's kind of cool. Populus. Sometimes I say Populus, other times I say Populus. This time, Populus heterophylla. Has ovate leaves 4 to 7 inches long and 3 to 6 inches wide. Gosh, they have a gradually narrowed or rounded apex, a rounded to heart-shaped base, coarsely rounded marginal teeth. Wow, rounded, and round stems. They are dark green above and paler below with a yellow midrib. The capsules are 2 to 3 valved. Bark of older trees is reddish brown, scaly and somewhat shaggy. Swamp cottonwood may attain a height of 70 to 90 feet and 2 to 3 feet in diameter. It has a narrow, rounded crown of stout branches. Interesting. The Palmer cottonwood seems to be exist in only a relatively small section of Texas. Fascinating. Palmer cottonwood, Populus palmeri, Leaves are thin, ovate, 2.5 to 5 inches long and 1.5 to 2.5 inches wide, with small, incurved marginal teeth and slender flattened stems. The seed-bearing capsules are four-valved. Bark of old trunks is gray-brown and deeply fissured. On branches or on small trees, smooth and gray to reddish-brown. Palmer cottonwood grows 40 to 60 feet tall and 1 to 3 feet in diameter. It has an open, pyramidal crown. So here we are, the Fremont cottonwood, Populus fremontii. Leaves are roughly triangular, 2 to 2.5 inches long and 2.5 to 3 inches wide. They are shiny green with a thin yellow midrib, a coarsely toothed margin, and yellow flattened stem. Seed-bearing capsules are usually 3, sometimes 4-valved. On older trees, bark is thick, deeply furrowed, dark reddish-brown. On branches or on young trees, thin, smooth, and gray-brown. Grows 50 to 75 feet tall and 2 to 5 feet in diameter, with a broad crown. Fascinating. The differences between cottonwoods and poplars all over the place. We're on to the aspen. The quaking aspen, Populus tremuloides. Leaves are nearly circular, 1 to 3 inches in diameter, with small rounded marginal teeth and long slender flattened stems. They are lustrous green above, pale silvery below. The foliage quivers in the slightest breeze, hence the common name. In fall, the leaves turn brilliant gold or yellow. The smooth greenish-white to cream-colored bark is marked by black warty patches, and unlike most other poplars, buds are essentially non-resinous. Fascinating, non-resinous, they say. Quaking aspen grows 20 to 60 feet tall and 1 to 2 feet in diameter, with a narrow rounded crown of slender branches. Now this is the tree that is pretty much existing throughout much of North America and into Mexico in the mountainous areas, and most certainly in Alaska. The last we have here, big tooth aspen, Populus grandidentata. Grandidentata, quite literal. Yeah. Leaves are ovate to nearly round, 2 to 3.5 inches long and 2 to 2.5 inches wide, with coarse, rounded marginal teeth, dark green above and paler below. They have a yellow midrib and a slender, flattened stem. The buds are minutely haired, quaking aspen buds smooth, and essentially non-resinous. On younger trees, the bark is dark green. On older trees, it is brown and furrowed. Big-tooth aspen grows 30 to 60 feet tall, and 1 to 2 feet in diameter, with a narrow, rounded-topped crown of rather stout branches. And that sums up the family Populus, with all of its cottonwoods, poplars, and aspens. Throughout my description of Populus, a certain amount of, I guess you could say, congestion in my upper nasal cavity has seemed to work its way further and further to the front of my nose, making my voice more and more of a chest voice and really making it near impossible to access the sounds coming out of the air that would come out of my nose, nasal vowels and such. might take a Sudafed next time I decide to orate some of these a guide to field edification of trees of North America. Either way, I hope this has been an edifying journey of listening, edifying, and, well, I hope you go out there and you can look at some poplars, look at some quaking aspen, and think about how non-resinous their buds are, the quaking aspen are. I mean, it's worth it. All right then. Well, that'll be P. Philip Joseph Glova out. With much love and much care. Good night, good fight.